So for today's video, I wanted to kind of discuss my tips with you for any time that I'm going to buy something that costs a bit more, whether that's something that's just more higher end, or if it's something that's actually like name brand in luxury. I'm just starting to get into a few luxury pieces to my collection. I wanted to just run through my tips on making non-regretful purchases when it comes to that. These are what I'm trying to keep in mind and set as parameters for making good and intentional decisions. But before we jump into today's 5 tips, I want to thank Tradesy for being today's sponsor. Tradesy is a marketplace where you can buy and sell luxury designer items secondhand, which I love also because of the sustainability essence of it. They're guaranteed 100% authentic. Their goal is to make fashion resale as simple and safe and as stylish as retail, and to do it at scale. One thing I really love about their app is that it's very easy to filter for exactly the brand that you're looking for. And also, if you ever end up wanting to sell items yourself, it's very easy to do straight on their platform. You can do everything through your house, through the app, and you never even have to leave your house. Through this sponsorship, they gave me a little bit of spending money to shop on their app. So let me show you what I went with. So the first thing that I knew was at the top of my list was some sort of luxury wallet, and going with Chanel was an easy way where I could have basically a mini version of a Chanel bag without the price point. So this is going to be a really good option for me. It is basically brand new. What I love about it too is that it's just enough space to where I could run into a store without having to carry my big purse and just carry this with me if I wanted to. Otherwise, of course, this fits in a purse effortlessly. Next, I wanted to add a couple of luxury name brand jewelry pieces to my collection. So I went with 2 necklaces. One is from Givenchy, and it's got just the most adorable little plane on it. It would then blend well with my other jewelry, along with this Dior necklace. So all of this was off of Tradesy. They're gonna be really great pieces that I can wear for a long time. Also, I wanna mention those were both secondhand. And lastly, I wanted to choose something that would be sort of outerwear that is timeless. So this is a Prada Trench. The color is the absolute quintessential khaki color, but then also the buttons are very classic, just standard black buttons. This would be something that fits my frame well and I could easily pass down. And that trench was also secondhand. So if you're interested in trying Tradesy, they're gonna give a $100 promo to every new customer who signs up for the app. All the details are down in the description, so let's just move on with the tips. The first thing that I think about when buying anything that's sort of higher end or a higher price point or luxury is I want it to be timeless. I would say out of any of the other tips, like hold on to this one. If you buy something and it's for the 2019 trends, you might already be watching this video in 2020 and being like, why would I buy a 2019 trend? So that's the type of thing that I want to avoid. Instead, I want something that is timeless and classic and something I won't regret 6 months from now. A perfect example is that trench that I picked out. I wanted something that I wouldn't regret, that wouldn't be a specific trendy color or shape or texture or anything like that, that would be so tied down to one season that instead it would be something timeless that I could wear 40 years from now. My second tip has even more to do with just pricier items in general. When I am looking for basics, especially elevated basics, I want to be able to put a little bit more money in that, not only for its style, but especially for its durability. And what I'm really looking for is for it to be versatile. That's my next tip. I want the pieces that I'm going to invest in to be something I could wear with basically anything. When talking about Elizabeth Suzanne pants or Jessie Cam pants, those are pieces that I invest in, but those are ones that I invested in 3 years ago, and they're still durable and they still match everything. I could make capsule wardrobes out of those pieces. Next is to think heirloom. This is very similar to thinking about timeless, but I specifically want to think about the pieces that I have in my collection, whether it's accessories, outerwear, or shoes, or like bags especially. Those are things that I could hand down. Right now, I have one scarf that is designer that is from a loved one. I just think of her when I see that scarf, and I also feel luxury when I wear that scarf. That's just something to keep in mind, is maybe when I'm looking to spend the higher amounts of my budget on a piece, maybe I could get something that I could hand down to my nieces one day, or my kids if I ever have kids, and they could think of me fondly through it. By the way, the best way to think about heirloom pieces are more for accessories. So that brings me to my next tip, is to mainly stick to accessories. So this is not just for heirloom pieces, but also because accessories are something I could potentially wear with anything in my closet. If I wanted to have a more basic or affordable outfit, I could dress it up very easily with luxury accessories that I'm gonna wear on a daily basis. So if you think about how many times, how many days you could wear that item, it could be every day for 365 days for an entire year, and you divide that price by how many days you're going to wear it, and you might justify that purchase much more than if you were to get a shirt that is also going to wear and tear on your body a little bit more than, say, a bag or a necklace. Tip number 5 is to do your own research when it comes to what an item is worth, especially when shopping secondhand. So if you could buy something that was the same price as they're featuring it for right out of the bag at Chanel, maybe that wasn't the best deal. So be mindful about those things. Or if you know the retail value of that item, you could find that you're finding the best deal ever. The key here is to not overpay for items, and the best way to do that is to save up and watch out for promo codes and deals to where you could get your ideal bag for a much less price, and so that'll give you some time to save up and be patient. I think patience is the key here. It should be a slow process that you're working through for potentially the rest of your life. This could be something where you're slowly building your collection, and it's not, and it shouldn't be something that happens over just one season like fall 2019, because then you'll find yourself buying more timeless pieces if you pace yourself. And my bonus tip is to set reasonable expectations. For anybody out there who is buying secondhand, there might be a little bit of tarnish. There might be 1 or 2 scratches on it that are subtle, and it's okay. Like, those little subtle scratches are stories. Like, somebody is pre-loving this item. It is something where this item has a legacy. You're just kind of part of that. I know that might sound a little bit cheesy, but that's what I think of. I'm a little bit nostalgic with the pieces that I buy, and I am not opposed to vintage or things that have a life before I had it. In fact, it kind of takes the pressure off, because that first scratch is already on it and it wasn't me. And that's it. Those are my 5 tips plus a bonus. Don't forget, for anybody who wants to try out Tradesy for the first time, I've got that $100 promo down in my description box. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Gonna lift it up, whatever's got me down. Gonna lift it up, whatever's got me down. Gonna lift it up, whatever's got me down. Living inside my head, fortress of doubt.